one quick efficiency. Welcome back, Pilot. Ami here, and this time around I'll be covering the laser in the sky, otherwise known as Aurora. Timestamps in the description below, but without further ado, let's get right into the guide. Basic skills. Aurora's primary is a beam rifle that deals a moderate amount of damage, at a relatively fast rate of fire. The rifle is pretty accurate without extra mods, so you can fight enemies at mid to long range pretty consistently. His primary is a high-powered ionized beam that he fires at the press of a button. The laser deals increased damage for the first 3 seconds after deploying it, dealing reduced damage afterwards. His shift ability is a charge he is able to use in any direction, depleting a separate fuel gauge. Players are free to look around during a charge to set up an attack with either their rifle or laser, and his jump is a spammable normal jump. Modules. The starting attack module is Hyper Voltage, which increases Aurora's beam rifle's clip capacity. The beam rifle already has a high clip capacity though, so you can usually do without it, even when running Core 1. The DPS with his primary is too low to trade shots too often, and if you're feeling extra cheeky, you can always use the old method of poking around corners with his primary pretty safely. The attack you really want for Aurora is Cold Breeze, which reduces his laser cannon's cooldown by up to 20%. This, in addition to tech mods I'll cover later in the video, make for a pretty deadly laser-centered build. Defense modules. The beam module increases the beam rifle's bullet radius, making it easier to hit charged Core 1 shots. But if your aim is fine as it is, Engine Force Field reduces incoming damage by up to 20% with a purple module. This is especially strong at long ranges, making it harder for your enemies to return damage while you're pelting them with your own. Enhanced Voyage increases your super propulsion duration, while his jet module increases your turning speed while firing his particle cannon. Now the jet wall module is pretty useless on PC, due to mouse and keyboard being a thing. If you play the mobile version on a phone instead of a tablet, there can still be some use to this, but Enhanced Voyage is by far the better choice in most situations. The increased shift fuel from Enhanced Voyage allows you to reach higher places and use your Core 1 shots more often, increasing both your mobility and damage potential. Core modules. Core 2 is the easiest core module to use, as it simply gives you 10% extra damage with his laser. The best core module is Core 1 though, although it's a lot more involved and relies on players actually hitting their shots, and your damage potential is so much better if you can do just that. Whereas a laser will usually deal around 500 damage on average, your charged primary shot can deal 400 damage in a single hit, while still leaving your laser free to be used at any time afterwards. So if you hit a charged primary shot for 400, then pop your laser right after, you're looking at an easy 900 plus damage in just a few seconds. Advanced tips and tactics. From here on out, we'll be moving on to more involved applications of Aurora's abilities. Dual fuel management. Aurora's fuel gauges are separate, meaning either fuel gauge can charge up while the other is in use. Keep in mind that his shift gauge only starts to recover after touching the ground though. So a good tactic to use is to hold the spacebar to automatically jump when it's available, then combo into your laser to poke enemies while recovering your shift gauge. Aurora is currently the only mech designed to jump automatically when you hold the jump button, so you know the devs meant for this technique to be a core feature of Aurora's gameplay. Ground charge. You can travel a good amount of height with his charge, but you travel even faster along the ground, especially along inclines. You can jump cancel a charge while moving along the ground to propel yourself forward a short distance. The shift gauge will instantly begin to recharge the moment you hit the jump button this way. Maintaining some shift fuel helps ensure you have a means to escape when in trouble or continue to push with Core 1 charge shots. Laser hover. Similar to Hot Steel's SOS flight, Aurora is able to hover a short distance while lining up his laser. This can be used to travel horizontally while conserving your shift fuel. If you've seen my Hot Steel gameplay, you already know this can be used to reach some buildings you wouldn't be able to reach otherwise. Don't be afraid to cancel the laser to drop down either. The cooldown for cancelling the laser is only 2 seconds after all. When employing your laser, there are 2 methods of doing so, instant and prepared. Holding the secondary weapon button will allow you to levitate slowly, stopping in place upon firing the laser. But by quickly tapping the secondary weapon button, Aurora gains an added feature to this attack. Triggering the attack in this way will allow Aurora to slowly drift in whatever horizontal direction the player inputs. For example, if I press W, I'll drift forward. If I press A while popping the laser, I'll drift to the left. This isn't enough to really dodge attacks, but it can be used to position yourself onto a nearby ledge without using additional fuel. And in some cases, the extra push forward can be just enough to catch an enemy trying to escape around the corner. So definitely keep an eye out for opportunities to use it. With Aurora's Core 1 module, the first shots from his primary will be charged for the next 3 seconds, dealing over 2 times the amount of damage of a regular shot. So you can essentially spam this as often as your shift ability recovers, which is every 3 seconds by default. A pretty simple but effective combo is to shift, fire your primary, pressure with your laser, shift cancel out of the laser, then shoot another charged primary right after. It may seem a bit complex, but it becomes second nature to pull off with some practice. Tech modules. Since the strongest feature of Aurora is his laser, this tech build is centered around just that. Now for the attack mods, I like to run Improved Chamber, Rapid Mag, and Sniper Round. The increased secondary weapon recovery from Improved Chamber and Rapid Mag will cut down the time to use your next laser by a ton, with the added bonus of minor reload rate and accuracy buff for your primary. The Sniper Round will make your spammable laser hurt that much more, with bonus accuracy for your primary. Another option for your third tech mod is Efficient Reload. The increased splash damage and shot velocity will make landing those beam rifle shots that much easier, if you're looking for a more rounded build. Defense modules. For defense modules, I run Quick Cooldown, Engine Boost, and Concurrent Power. Quick Cooldown and Engine Boost are the main modules, giving you reduced cooldowns for his charge, and an extra 2% cooldown recovery for his laser. His third defense module is up to personal preference, and I find Concurrent Power Supply to be the best option out of all of them. You can really feel the fire rate and movement speed modifiers on mechs, so using this tech mod will help keep your Aurora as mobile as possible. Pilot skills. The two best pilot abilities to use are ROM's Combat Control and Ning's Hive Infrastructure. Combat Control is all around good for helping you be that much more mobile, while allowing you to spam your Core 1 shots 7% more of the time. Hive Infrastructure will give you up to 210 extra HP, and for a mobility mech, that's hella good. And in the case of Aurora, you're looking at around 7% extra HP. So pick whichever one fits your playstyle or your squad's needs. Both are pretty good in their own way, but I prefer Combat Control personally. And with that, that's all I've got for you guys for this guide. You're all set to play Aurora, the laser in the sky. I really did try to keep this guide shorter than my Ventoris guide, but I guess I'll be seeing how long it'll actually end up being once I start editing this. If the guide helped at all, definitely drop a like on the video. It really does help the video get out there to everyone. And subscribe for more guides like this and other SMC content in the future. For those of you who don't know about my second channel, I do have a link to that in the description also. I post clips from SMC and other games that don't make it into videos on my main channel. And I do this to appease the YouTube gods, but I won't get into that too much here. Anyways, thank you for everyone for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next video, so stay tuned. Ami out.